Hi Year 10, it's Miss Milling here, and I'm going to go through this sort of guidance lesson with you to prepare you for your online learning in science. As you know, science is an incredibly important one of your GCSEs. It comes after maths and English, so it is important that you are putting the work in for science. So let's have a look at what we have done so far, and we'll have a look at biology first. So here are the topics that you covered in Year 9 in biology. So you should remember these. So you've got B1 and B2, so that's cell level systems and scaling up. Okay, so then it goes into a bit more detail about things that you've covered there. So you've got DNA, for example, diffusion, plant transport, etc. Okay, so this you have already done and you need to remember it. The Year 10 content then, we would usually go through B3, B4 and B5 in Year 10. However, lockdown happened when we were halfway through B4. Okay, so we have covered this. So we've covered organism level systems and we're halfway through community level systems. So we got up to ecosystems. Okay, so this means that while you're doing your online learning in Year 10, you need to cover these topics in biology. Okay, so there will be online lessons for each of these topics. I know Miss Syed is putting these together, and there will be educate quizzes to go with these topics. Now, to keep on top of your science, you need to make sure that you are engaging with these. Okay, so you need to go on the school website and look for these topics. In Year 11, these are things that we still need to do. So when you come back in September or whenever it will be, these are the topics that we need to cover. And B6 is the main biology topic. It's a very big topic and will take some time. Okay, so it's really important that you study your B5 topic in Year 10 online, because we're going to spend a lot of time in B6 in Year 11. Hopefully we'll have time for revision as well, and then your exams will come around quicker than you know. We will, however, when you come back, go through the online stuff in lessons as well, but we will go through it very quickly, so it's important that you prepare for that by looking at B5 yourself beforehand. Okay, let's have a look at chemistry then. So in Year 9, you completed these two topics, so C1 and C2, so particles, elements, compounds, and mixtures, and you can have a look there. You've got all the things that you have covered. Okay. In Year 10, this is what you should have done, and lockdown happened just at the end of C3 when you were going on to C4. So C4 lessons that you should be finding online, and C5 for chemistry are highlighted here in blue. These are the things that you need to be doing. Okay, so look out for those online lessons and look out for those educate quizzes for chemistry to make sure you're up to date before Year 11. In chemistry, this is what you'll be covering in Year 11. So it's global challenges again. It's another large topic, and then hopefully we'll have revision time and your exams are in May or June. And then physics. So in Year 9, these are the two topics you covered in physics. So P1 and P2, you covered matter and forces, and you can see that there are lots of different subtopics in there that you've covered as well, like Hooke's law, scale diagrams, and forces, specific heat capacity. You need to remember these. We won't be going over them again. Year 10, this is what you should have done. Okay. However, lockdown happened here on our scheme of work, which means that you have completed P3, which is electricity and magnetism, but you do still need to complete waves and radioactivity and the energy units. Okay, so you need to be looking for these lessons online on the school website and the educate quizzes to go with them. These need to be covered before the end of Year 10 so that you're prepared for Year 11. In Year 11, we've got this. Global challenges. Again, it's a topic, there's quite a lot of practicals in this topic, so it will take quite some time in Year 11, and we'll build in some revision time if possible as well. Again, your physics exams will be in May or June in 2020. You will have 2 physics exams, you will have 2 chemistry exams, and you will have 2 biology exams, so 6 science exams in total. So science is a big topic, it's going to need a lot of work, okay, and it's an incredibly important subject. Employers will look at science as one of your key topics, key subjects, key GCSEs, even if you don't want to do science beyond GCSE. It shows that you can think in a logical way and that you're able to understand how the world around you works. It's incredibly important as a subject. So what do you need to do? So your first priority is to watch the weekly online video tutorials. There will be a new biology, chemistry and physics lesson every Monday, and they can be found at the school website. Okay, so it's the e-learning in Year 10. This means that every week you're going to have 3 science lessons to watch. Okay, when you click on the website, on e-learning, you will see this logo up at the top right hand corner. Click on it where it says science, and then it will bring you down to the separate 3 sciences, as you can see at the bottom of this slide: biology, chemistry and physics. Then you'll click on the science you're looking for. You do need to do all 3 sciences. You can't just pick one of them. All 3 need to be completed because it's combined science you're doing and they all count towards your GCSE. You will see something like this. So you've got a video, and if it's a new video, it will have this new logo or symbol beside it. Okay, so look out for those. Every Monday they go on the website for biology, for chemistry, for physics, and you need to watch those videos. While you're watching videos, you can make notes, but I'll show you how to do that later in the PowerPoint. After the video, there is an Educate quiz to go with it. You should have your Educate log on. Okay? If you don't have your Educate log on, then you can ask your coach or you can email your science teachers. Again, there are going to be 3 science Educate quizzes for you to complete every week. So there's 1 biology, 1 chemistry and 1 physics, and they will link to the online lesson that you have watched. Now, don't forget, your science teachers can see if you have done your Educate, so we will know if you're doing your science work. This is the view that we see, and we obviously want to see it filled with lots of greens and not lots of zeros like this example here. It is really important that you do this so you don't get left behind. Okay. So how to make notes from the tutorials. There must be thoughts going into your notes. So here's some notes that I made in photosynthesis. I used different colours, I used pictures, but I've used really short phrases on here. So it needs to be focused on key information. So the key information that I use here, we've got the word equation for photosynthesis, symbol equation, that photosynthesis needs light, it's got 2 stages, etc. Okay, well organised on the page, as you can see in the notes I've made here, they are pretty well organised, they make sense, they're logical, and it's personal to you. This doesn't mean that you don't copy stuff out from the book. There's no point copying everything out from a book. The whole point of you having the book is to read it. If you copy it out, it's not really going to make a difference. Okay? So you need to make your notes personal to you so that they mean something to you and that you can understand them and they help you remember things. There are different methods, okay? So there's simple outlining, which you can see on the left-hand side here. So you've got headings and subheadings. You've got the Cornell method where you divide the page up in the middle. So you've got keywords at the top, questions or key thoughts in the middle, and a little summary. Okay, you've got a margin there that you can put other stuff in. Or then, of course, there's the non-linear way, which are your mind maps, which you're probably familiar with. There are different ways that you can make notes, either from your revision guide or from the online lessons. I recommend making notes because then you have these for year 11 when you revise for your exams. So make them, look after them, take pride in them so that when you come back to revision, you want to look at them. Other resources that you can use, so you will have these sent out to you. So you've got the revision guides, the CPG revision guides, foundation and higher. And that's what they look like, those red books. And then you can see here they have content pages, okay? The contents will tell you exactly what page you need to look at for the subject that you're revising. They also are divided up to B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, etc. Just use the contents pages, okay? They will direct you to the pages that you need. Okay, so make sure you're familiar with that, make sure you know how to use them. You were also sent home with 4 revision broadsheets for each science, so 4 biology, 4 chemistry and 4 physics. This is what they look like. They're a series of questions linked to the topic, and I really recommend that you use these for revision. Use the revision guides to help you, use the online lessons to help you, and then remember to take pictures with this and email them to your science teachers. Other resources you can use BBC Bitesize, but it's really important that you use the correct exam board, okay? So we are OCR Gateway, it's this one at the bottom corner, okay? So when you go onto BBC Bitesize, click Combined Science, not the individual sciences, so look for Combined Science, and then we are OCR Gateway. This is laid out then into the topics B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, etc., as we've discussed in this lesson. And then there's further websites that you can use. So some of you are familiar with Seneca Learning. There are more questions on there, some revision tips on there that you can use. You can set yourself up with an account. BrainPop has some really good animations on there that is free at the minute, so you can have a look at that and learn some science in there. And then this guide, the free science lessons guide that you'll be familiar with. He covers all of the stuff that's on our exam board in video, so you have got that to fall back on as well. Now, I really do hope that you will get on with your science work. It is incredibly important. Your teachers have put a lot of effort into this work and they really want to see you engaging with it. Okay? The best place where we can see you engaging with this is on Educake. So please get your Educake quizzes completed. And if they're not completed or you don't have your log on, then you can still get your log on from your coach or from your science teacher. Okay? Sorry I can't be there today to go through this with you in person, but please make sure you email us at scienceteacher@carrmanor.org.uk if you have got any questions on this. Bye!